Hello and welcome to a gameplay showcase of the game Elemental, which is in open alpha and is available for free on itch.io. The game is a 1v1 card battler deck builder, and it has a focus on online competitive play, but can also be played casually. It also comes with a built-in AI opponent with configurable difficulty settings. Right now we're watching a game against the highest difficulty. Now let's move on to going over the rules of the game and what its unique features are. The two players start with 125 HP. The game has two win conditions, reducing your opponent's HP down to 0 or increasing your own HP to 200. Besides HP, the players also have two other resources, gold and mana. These three resources in total can be seen on the left side's top and bottom side. The players start with identical starter decks and then draft 3 extra cards each. After that, they improve their decks throughout the game. This mainly happens by spending gold to buy cards from the shop, which is shown on the right. Gold is also needed to refresh the shop, which brings out new purchasable cards. However, the shop is shared between the two players, so these new cards are also left available to the opponent. This adds a lot of strategy to when you decide to refresh the shop. There are 5 types of cards. First, spells, which are purple, are the most common. They can be played from your hand for 1 mana. Spells are usually the cards that deal damage, restore HP, or give you gold. Second, blessings, which are yellow, are similar to spells, except that they don't cost mana to play. They usually provide various forms of utility or shielding. Unlike these, relics, which are blue, don't go into your deck. Instead, they are always in play and provide various passive or active effects, sometimes modifying how other cards work. Next, miracles, which are orange, have one-time effects executed when bought and then they are trashed. Finally, curses, which are grey, are unplayable cards that have negative effects and go into your opponent's deck when you buy them. Unlike HP and gold, mana is ephemeral, as it is not conserved between turns. Instead, you gain 1 mana at the start of each turn, which you can spend during that turn only. You also gain 1 gold at the start of each turn as passive income. Then, at the end of the turn, all unspent mana is lost. Also, all cards in your hand are discarded and a new hand of 4 cards is drawn. Now let's take a look at Elemental score mechanic. There are 7 elements shown on the left: chance, fire, earth, water, nature, gold, and magic. These elements, represented by dice, all have values between 2 and 7, and they are shared between the two players. All of the main cards for dealing damage, restoring HP, or gaining gold scale with one or more of these elements. They would say something like, deal fire plus earth damage to the opponent. This means that the card would deal damage equal to the sum of the values of the fire and the earth dice. At the start, the values are randomized, which makes the early game play out differently each game. Then these values persist until changed by some dice manipulation card. The exception being the chance element, whose value is randomized each time a chance card is played. These die manipulation cards have effects such as change the value of a die by up to 2, or reroll 2 dice up to once each, or swap the values of 2 dice, and many more. They generally become increasingly important as the game develops, and thus good dice control can be just as crucial to winning as an efficient mana and draw engine or the ability to double powerful attacks. Before moving on, we should also point out that all attack and restore cards also give you gold equal to half the total damage dealt or HP restored. For example, all water attacks also deal half of their damage back to you, but on the other hand this makes them give you more gold than regular attacks, which can sometimes be beneficial and sometimes detrimental. Now, let's go over some of the more niche mechanics in the game. First are face down cards. Besides on playing a spell card, mana can also be spent to place a card face down. This also costs 2 gold. However, this lets you save that card for a later turn when it can be played for free. That is for no mana or gold. This is key when trying to combo several cards together. For example, a card that doubles the effects of cards scaling with fire to be comboed together with a powerful fire attack. Other uses are face downing a mana card to use in a turn when you actually need it, or a shield card to block an opponent's attack. Lastly, you sometimes also face down some weaker card just to temporarily remove it from your deck. Next are interruptions. Whenever your opponent plays any spell scaling with elements, you have a chance to interrupt it before it is executed. During this interruption window, you can play cards like normally, both from your hand and your face down cards. Often you interrupt with a shield blessing or a dice manipulation spell to reduce the incoming damage. Of course, interrupting with a spell is harder, since you don't often have mana during the opponent's turn, which is why you might want to face down such cards for when you need them. In case your card was interrupted, you also have a chance to play cards before it is executed. This can repeat until either player passes. Additionally, further cards might get interrupted while this is happening. Then the later cards get resolved first. For example, you might interrupt a lethal attack with a restore card in order to stay alive. Many other tactics are possible with these two mechanics, especially in niche situations. This is why the game has many avenues for skill expression, from figuring out your game plan to building your deck towards it and finally executing it well. Finally, let's go over how the game starts, as we glossed over that. First, all dice are rolled. Then 6 draft cards are laid out of 8 possible. The players will then draft 3 of them each in the following order. The first player drafts 1, then the second player drafts 2, then the first player drafts 2, and finally the second player drafts the last one. However, before actually drafting, the players have a mini auction for the draft order. First, one player chooses whether they want to go first or second. Then, either the other player lets them have what they chose, or bids 1 gold to swap. Then the original player has the chance to bid 2 gold to swap back, and so on until either player declines to bid. The final bidder pays the gold they bid and the draft starts. After that, both players draw their initial hands and the first player starts their turn. This auction system helps ensure that the game is fair, regardless of the initial dice rolls and the draft cards available. This concludes the rules for the game. Okay, now let's jump into a game and comment while playing it. So we see first the dice are being rolled, then the draft cards are being laid out, and now I've got to choose whether to go first or second. I guess in this situation I probably prefer first. So the opponent bid, I'll bid again, but I don't think I'll bid 4 gold. So they pay 3 gold and they go first. So now it's my turn, and I suppose what seems most reasonable is probably this. Cool. Okay, so we see the sort some HP, set a card face down, which is most likely just basic income, which is one of the starter cards. The bot really loves doing it. Not so sure it's as good. Yep, now he changed the nature die. Okay, now let's do the chance attack, and we see that it was rolled automatically. Unfortunately, it got 2, but sure. Now we can see our last card is the marketplace. Luckily, we have the telescope, so we can throw it. Let's not waste this because it only has 2 uses. Okay. They're getting some HP lead on us, but I think it's mostly okay. Okay, let's refresh the shop. Okay, so this is an interesting combination. This is also quite good. This relic is quite good. Interesting first shop, it's mostly relics. That's fairly unusual. I think what would be best here probably is the calculated risk. And then we'll try to get no half measures, which makes it like an even stronger card. Like it basically, well, unfortunately, the bot denied us opportunity, and he scouted the strength potion, which is an choice that, but maybe it will pay off. Basically, this relic makes all attacks deal 1 extra. Well, okay, let's see what they have in. Need to buy anything right now. Okay, set down another card. Okay, let's buy this. Even though it's low right now, we have a good chance of being able to raise that die a lot using the calculated risk. Random attack. Okay, that's good. We managed to draw it first. The bot lowered it, but just reroll it. Okay, that's bad. Come on. Very unlucky. Okay, on the last roll, we got some decent. Um, let's also get this blessing, which allows us to inspect the next cards in the shop's draw pile, so we know like how much gold to save before we reroll. Okay, the bot got healing. I think this would be really good. Maybe our win condition is to try to double our attack. But for now, let's just play it normally. And maybe on the next deck reshuffle, try to do it. This is not bad, but I don't think we have space for it in the deck right now. We don't have any draw, any mana, so it is quite expensive to run. Just get the gold. From card. Would double with our current cards, but we don't quite have the gold for it. Our opponent might first. Another question is, there's like a not small chance that we draw these two cards in the same hand, so I will actually just face down this. That happens. It happened yet, but okay, so the bot doesn't actually buy that card. I think what we should do here is just face down this and not play this game actually. Uh, because if we had played it, then our deck reshuffle would happen on this turn. Because we would only have 3 cards in the draw pile, which would mean that we lose out on this combo, or we lose out on it on the next deck rotation. Okay. The bot actually bought Cleansing Fire, which is one of the newer cards. Not bad. Okay, so now we're able to play this normally without the helping hand. Okay, so we're able to do like a lot of damage. Let's buy this, which would be cool, I believe, to optimize our deck a bit. And maybe also let's see whether there's any shop. Let's do one more. Well, this is actually the reason why helping hand face downing it is quite good. So now we're able to get both of these cards, and we'll actually face this down, so we can combine it, and also this, so we can sit on 3 cards. Bot heals some amount. Fine. We have any dice we need to change? So the bot has two nature cards. So let's try to reduce. We still have 2 rolls. I think it's okay. Fine. This. Good. We should be careful not to play both of the out on our cards for the next deck rotation. So the bot actually first does, which is fine because we have this face down. So we can get rid first of this curse. Otherwise, if we don't get rid of it first, we lose 10 HP on each card rushing. But now, and then to the. Okay, let's see what's in the next. So this is interesting. Okay, I think we probably wanna buy some. But let's now play this. Okay, let's. This should get us more draw. This lets us go through the deck even faster, and this should be useful because we are like often gonna be placing cards face down due to um not bad, but I'm not sure we have. Okay, actually, I think misdirection would be really good for us because we only have the die roll, so we're not able to quite get it to the max value. So let's refresh and get the misdirection card. And oh, I actually fumbled this a bit because now I don't have enough gold to put this face down. That was silly. Guess let's just play this then. Oh, never mind. I forgot we have cheapskates, which actually lets us put it face down for free. That was a big mistake. I mean, it wasn't a small mistake. Okay. Yeah, that was good. Okay, let's keep all of these cards. We don't need them. Um, let's just play this now. I don't think we need any of this. I wanna deny through the Looking Glass and Madness for sure. These cards are like good for the opponent. Um, yeah, I don't think we're buying any of this. That was me. So okay, so let's actually don't need this, or this. Uh, yeah, let's do that. Then we play Telescope. Then we increase this by 1, and we can also all of the other dice are like actually. Uh, I suppose we can increase the water. Play that card. Okay, that's now that we definitely need some mana, like able to combine these right yet. So actually, exploration god is probably very good. It also gets quite expensive, but it should pay off. What sabotage does, that's fine, I think. We're still keeping up with the huge turn. An insane turn by the bot due to the word the wait. Getting rather sketchy. Face down. Ah, that they managed to sabotage. Try to go through the deck as fast as none of these are useful to us. Let's buy that trapper and doesn't back about even. Let's place this face down. These. And let's actually refresh this. Probably refresh it again. Okay, this is actually good for us because we can change the nature die. By this. Okay, that's have this face down. So as soon as we oh, I didn't think what actually is fire and earth because we have more fire. Um by when this we will just play this. No, I should have first put this on. Okay, that's okay. This is rather good for us. Get this. So yeah, let's buy Purism because both of our big cards are single elements. I guess let's play this just get up by one card. I think we should be in a good position, even though I'm making some mistakes. Let's do exploration card cards. Okay, so what we'll do now, we'll face down both of these buffs. So we will, for now, we will not double, like we won't double this card. We will increase the fire for next time by one. So we play this. This should keep us alive, like for sure. Oh, that's not good. Hopefully they don't get. Okay, that's great. We'll have the. So yeah, we'll double it once because it goes with fire. We'll double it once because it's like a single element and like we have little. So that's great. Let's get rid of this. I don't think this matters. Yeah, we managed to restore HP. Okay, let's get multitasking god just in case like the game goes on further. But this should be lethal. They are still alive, right? This is 4 times 3 times 6 right now. Okay. Actually, I think it's still fine. Sure. Okay, so let's play both of these buffs out. Yep, that's lethal. So yeah, that wasn't a very clean game. Made a few mistakes. We had a couple of turns where I could have doubled the Scorching Firestorm. But yeah, that goes to show like how a typical sort of game usually looks like. It was fairly close. The bot isn't like amazing, but it's still challenging enough, especially for new players. I'm sure if you download the game, you're probably gonna lose first few times. Yeah, thanks.